Well, g'day, it's Drino here with a response to a series of questions posed by BikerBoomer on motovlog.com. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this site, it is a site dedicated to specifically motorcycle vloggers. So if you have an interest in vlogging or just motorcycles or a combination thereof, it's a pretty good site to go visit. It's a great place where people showcase all of their vlogs and connect, and it's a pretty fun little community. Anyway, BikerBoomer posed a set of questions, kind of like a little questionnaire. He wanted to know, first of all, I'm going to do these back to front because my bike just happens to be sitting in front of me. First of all, what do you ride? And as you can see, it's a cruiser. It's a Yamaha V-Star 1100 Classic in Raven and charcoal. Has ghost flames in the gas tank and in the fender. Man, that's really dusty. And I've done a couple mods to it, most of which is most noticeable is the air intake. You can see the little cone there, and on the other side, Dragon's Breath air intake, and of course the 2-in-1 exhaust. So I've got about a 25 horsepower increase over stock. Another question was, how much experience do you have? And I've started riding 3 summers ago, and I live in the Pacific Northwest, which means that it's rainy most of the time, and I only ride during the dry weather. So I really only have maybe some days in June, but I really only have from July through maybe October, maybe some extra days in October. So we've got a pretty short riding season here. So anything that I do is kind of crammed into that time. On this particular bike, it's a 2007 model. I bought it new. I've got just over 3,000 miles on it now. Camera seems to be coming loose. I have just over 3,000 miles on the bike now. This is my second bike. My first bike I had almost 2,000 on it before I traded up to this one. So I've only got about 5,000 riding miles under my belt over the past 3 years. So it's just all kind of condensed in that. So I managed to get in about 2,000 miles a summer, which isn't too bad. The other question was, have you ever had a speeding ticket? And in the United States I haven't. I've been here for 11 years. Ow, look at that rough road, holy cow. In the United States I haven't, and certainly not on my bike. In Australia, however, yeah, I got a speeding ticket in Australia, but as the Aussies will tell you, those speed camera setups, they're a great way to generate revenue, where you can just photograph licenses of anybody doing 3 kilometers over the speed limit. Ow, that was a bug. And send them a bill in the mail. Not my most favourite way. Seems like the Australian cops are even too lazy to chase you and hunt you down and pull you over. That's not to say, however, that I'm a little Miss Goody Two-Shoes and does the speed all the time, the speed limit at or below. I don't. and certainly not in my car. I have a little, you're not going to come out, are you? I have a little sports car, which simply encourages me to go faster and take corners faster. Like, I need another dangerous hobby. But on my bike, I tend to, I'm certainly more defensive when I'm on my bike. I don't necessarily speed, although I am right now. I'm doing 55 in the 45. And that was a really good example of just kind of getting distracted and not realizing what speed you're doing. So yeah, speeding tickets, style of riding. I'm not a speed demon on my bike, but when I first started riding, I didn't think there was any way that I could possibly do more than 30 miles an hour. I was kind of intimidated by it, and it's simply, you know, doing 65, 70 now, it just doesn't worry me. So those were those 4 questions. The 5th question was, why do you vlog? I don't know, I'm exhausted. Why do you vlog? And I guess really my reason for doing it is to try and encourage more women to get off the back of someone else's bike, go get your own bike and ride your own ride. Honestly, it's way more fun. Plus, it's interesting. I just completely forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so it's just really to encourage more women to ride. What the hell is going on? Oh, okay. Can't see around his big cab. I am seeing more and more ladies out there riding now, which is really good. But I just wish there were more of them, even more of them riding. It's so much fun riding in a group too. Riding your own ride in a group and being, you know, it just, ow, that was a big bump. And just having your own ride, it's liberating, you know, it's that sense of freedom and blah 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 blah. So that's kind of that. The final part was something about you, or anything interesting. Well, obviously you can hear by my accent that I'm not from round this here parts. I'm Australian, and I've been living in the United States for 11 years now, and married to an American. Moved here because I was relocatable and he wasn't, because he has a business here. And you know, just packed up my life into a couple of suitcases, sold a house full of furniture and all the other goodies, material goods, and relocated halfway around the world. So that was pretty fun. So I am currently living in a foreign country, surrounded by foreigners, and it's pretty fun actually. So not everybody from Oregon talks the way that I do, although I did spend some time on some vlogs that were done by some fellow Aussies, and I realized that I've really got some American vocalizations and some Americanisms in my speech pattern now. So all that means is that it's time to go home and have my family beat the Americanism out of me, and after a couple of VBs and a couple of meat pies, she'll be apples.